Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy VII walkthrough. This video is going to be mostly storyline stuff, so I'm going to do my best to sort out all of the events that happen in this this particular video. It's pretty complicated stuff, I guess I'd say. So, anyways, we've obtained the first two huge materia, and obviously came back to Mideel here to check up on Cloud and Tifa to see if there was anything interesting going on. Now, one thing I want to add here: make sure right here before you go outside to equip steel materia if you want to steal another cursed ring from the Ultima weapon. I believe Ultima weapon you can actually steal from him in other spots, but in the other spots you cannot get cursed rings. So, if I remember correctly, there is only two places in the entire game to get cursed rings at, and they're actually, ironically, both in Mideel. The first one was, I don't think that was actually last video. Probably 2 videos ago, but one is in the item shop. I think it's the item shop, or it's the weapon shop, sorry. You get the key, and then use the key on the door, and then you tell the weapon shop owner that you broke the key or whatever in the door, and then he laughs at you and says it's not actually a door, dummy. There it is. There's the cursed ring. So anyway, and then the shop owner gives you the other cursed ring. So if you want more, which I don't know why you really would, I'll be honest, I don't like the cursed rings. I've actually mentioned that before, but if you do want more, you need to use the item duplication bug, which also involves enemies stealing from you. I'll go over that. I'm actually going to end up making a full video for that because it's a bit of a pain in the butt. So here, I'm using Vincent. I don't know. This is the first time I've ever used his Galleon Beast in this playthrough anyway. But it's kind of interesting. I don't know. He's kind of goofy. He's a goofy character. Just the fact that you can't control his limits, I don't really particularly like that, but some people do like him, so. And I mean, some of them look pretty cool. Oh, Dragon game, nice. Oofda, excuse me. Alright, anyway, so that's Ultima weapon. I took a dump on him, big time. Again, my characters are pretty over-leveled, so it makes these battles extremely quick and easy. Just a little more and I would have beaten him. Okay, Red. Sure, buddy. All by yourself, too, I'm sure. The live stream also appears to be normal? What? What does that even mean? Damn, you gotta be kidding. No, I don't think I am. I'm pretty serious right now. The mainstream is kicking up. I don't even know what that means. Something way bigger than that last one is on its way. Alright, so obviously something's going on here. We've got some seismic activity. Don't worry about anyone other than yourself. Okay. It's no time, hurry. And what's Red doing here? Oh, it's actually pretty funny if you just watch him during that dialogue. He's sitting down and then standing up. It looks like, I'm not gonna say what that looks like. It's not a good visual. Anyways. Be safer to take refuge in a wide open space. Everyone knows that's a bad idea when there's a tornado. Just kidding. We're not having a tornado. This isn't a tornado. That would have been funny, though. Should go to wide open spaces. Preferably near metal objects. Yeah, great advice, Doctor. All right, so anyways, yes, we've got what appears to be some major earthquakes here, and Cloud and Tifa have fallen into the live stream. Hopefully the live stream isn't like super hot, because yeah, that'd be bad. And all right, so I mean, yeah, Final Fantasy VII, nothing, or things don't necessarily have to make sense, but it looked like they fell in liquid, so I mean, unless these two have gills that I don't know about, I don't know. This is a stretch. All right, I know. Not everything has to make sense. All right, anyways. Where am I? What's happening? I don't know, Tifa. We're about to find out, though. What? Who? Who, what, where? I have no idea what she's trying to say here. I wouldn't do that. What? Somebody help me. Alright, so she's freaking out. Tifa is freaking out. Cloud, help me. I think I'd be throwing up right there. Alright. Okay, so here we are in... Again, I don't know. This is apparently the live stream. This place looks totally crazy. It looks like there's like some planets in the background here. I don't know if that's what those are actually supposed to be. Is this the inside of your dreams or your subconscious? You're searching, aren't you, Cloud? Searching for yourself can help too. We'll work together to get your memories back, but where do we start? All right, so you don't start here. I think you start up at the north, or the whatever. So there's three clouds to interact with here. That's probably obvious. But speak with the one up here first, and this will be where we all start. All right, so this is the gates of Nibelheim. That's right. Alright, so essentially what's going on here is after being poisoned by Mako, after not only just being poisoned by Mako, but I think the events with Sephiroth and whatever was done to Cloud. So essentially something happened to him. We're going to find out here in a minute, but all of that combined has kind of made Cloud lost and not exactly sure, what's going on. So here we're going to piece things back together and try to figure out the truth and what truly happened, where Cloud's from, what's going on, all the answers to all the important questions. Well, maybe not all the answers, but... All right, so 5 years ago, Cloud came to Nibelheim with Sephiroth, and then Tifa says another young, what did he say? Young, vibrant soldier, something like that. 5 years ago, I saw the real Sephiroth for the first time. And then Sephiroth here is just speaking or going over essentially the dialogue from... Gosh, you almost want to say it's the beginning of the game. It's right after Midgar. So the events at Calm, I guess you could say. So Tifa says, to tell you the truth, though, he was pretty cold. Which, okay. I felt a foreboding about him. Okay. Alright, so this is what Cloud thinks happened right now. Tifa says, "No, Cloud. Been hiding it for some time, afraid that if I told you something might happen, but I'm not going to hide anymore." You weren't here. Cloud did not come to Nibelheim 5 years ago. I waited, but Cloud never came. Look at Tifa on her cute little cowboy hat. The two of you were ordered... I missed what she said there, my bad. Alright, let's go. And so there's Zack. Obviously, we have seen him before. It wasn't Cloud. Yeah, we know that. So Sephiroth actually was telling the truth there. At the North Crater, or after the Whirlwind Maze, or however you want to call that, or whatever you want to call that area. So he technically was telling the truth somewhat, in that the original dream sequence in Calm wasn't completely accurate. It wasn't completely accurate. That's the important part to take away. So, obviously, with that turn of events, Tifa confirming that Cloud was not the person we thought. So anyway, so Zack was actually there, and, you know, again, there's more to it than that, but Cloud was slightly off in his recollection of the events at Nibelheim. So that has been confirmed. All right, so this is the conversation with Cloud and Tifa at the well. So try to remember. I was wearing these clothes. That's you too. You were so small then and cute. Oh, Tifa had a little crush on Cloud, on little mini Cloud. Okay, so here, Tifa is denying what Sephiroth said earlier about Cloud just being essentially a figment of Tifa's imagination. So Cloud wasn't just like somehow created out of Tifa's memories. He is a legitimate person and, you know, did experience these things. So that part of what Sephiroth said at the Whirlwind Maze, or the crater, whatever you want to call it, that was false. So again, some of the things he said there were true, but some of them were false. So we're trying to, or essentially what we're doing here is identifying what was true and what wasn't. Okay. Talk to me about anything, something that was important to you. Why did you want to join Soldier in the first place? I was devastated. I wanted to be noticed. Oh, poor Cloud. Thought that if I got stronger, I could get someone to notice. Someone to notice you who? Okay, so yeah, even Cloud had a little thing for Tifa back in the days. Sorry, but what were you talking about? Okay. Okay. So up next here is a memory. So let's explore the past a bit more. And we'll learn a bit more about why Cloud wanted to join Soldier in the first place. Okay, so I believe this is Tifa's house. I like the way they did this scene too, where you start on the outside and go through the window into her house. Pretty cool job there, if I do say so. Or I should say, if I must say. That sounds like a better phrase to use. Okay, so here you've got a couple of I think these are neighbor kids. Cloud's coming. Think he wants to come in? Okay, so apparently this is the first time Cloud visits Tifa's house. Don't recall you ever being in my room. Tifa always used to be with a threesome. That sounds so bad. I used to think they were all stupid. You're all childish, laughing at every little stupid thing. But we were children back then. Yeah, geez, Cloud. I know, I'm the one that was stupid. Oh, he was never allowed into the group. He wasn't allowed to play any reindeer games. I was so prejudiced and weak the night I called Tifa out to the well. Thought to myself, Tifa would never show up and she hated me. Aw. Sad. Alright, so after Cloud left town, Tifa thought about Cloud a lot apparently, and looked for any newspaper reportings, I guess, on him. Okay, so I think, yeah, okay, so the day Tifa's mother died, I think they go out somewhere. Tifa says, I want to see Mom, alright. I'm not sure what the deal was here with Tifa's mother. How about those that died? Okay, so this is your, I would say like a confusing kid, oh man, I don't know, outlook on life, I guess? I don't know. So, the one kid says no one passes these mountains alive, which then I guess makes Tifa wonder, well, okay, so maybe that means that the dead pass through here, or people that are dead pass through here. And so then, then Tifa's like, okay, well, my mother's dead, so maybe my mother has passed the mountains. That's my takeaway. I'm not 100% sure if that's the story behind this place. I don't know that it really matters. I guess the important thing is that Cloud finds the kids, and if you notice here, the three kids that normally hang around with Tifa kind of turn back, but Cloud keeps going. All right, so here. Okay. Don't remember the path I walked. Tifa missed her step. I ran to her, but I didn't make it in time. Both of us fell off the cliff. Back then, I only scarred my knees, but... Cloud, why'd you bring Tifa to a place like this? What? The hell's the matter with you? What if she dies? Alright, so Cloud got blamed. Tifa was in a coma for 7 days. Dang! If only I could have saved her. I was so angry and angry at myself for my weakness. Wow, it got out of control, get into fights. It's the first time I heard about Sephiroth. If I got strong like Sephiroth. And then essentially there, his theory is that if he got strong with like Sephiroth, people would like him, respect him, whatever. And even Tifa would have to notice me, okay? So that was it. Alright, so that's the theory, or that's the reason why Cloud joined, or wanted to join Soldier in the first place. But there you have it. You weren't created 5 years ago, and all those childhood memories are true. Hang in there, Cloud. Oh, I was trying to think earlier, what kind of movies have that theory of like, oh, you're just a figment of someone's imagination, and I feel like there's a bunch of like clone, or like movies with clones, or like a cloning theory, you know, where a clone of someone thinks that they've got the memories of this person when, you know, they're legitimately memories of that person, but not, they're not the ones that actually lived it. Blade Runner, that's one of them. Good movie. Old school, though, but still a good movie. That's one of them. There's plenty more. I'm sure there's a bunch of, I'm trying to think of like movies that have like cyborgs in them. That's kind of one of them, obviously. Anyways, boy, off topic. So moving on. All right, so we need to figure out is this the Shinra Mansion and the Nibelheim reactor. Actually, I don't know if there's any Shinra Mansion stuff here. This must be mostly reactor stuff. Yeah. All right, so here, hey, it's Cloud. No, that is not Cloud, dude. That is Zack, yo. Zack. There it is. You remembered. All right. That's right. It was Zack who came to Nibelheim with Sephiroth. And where were you, Cloud? Oh, boom! Zack got messed up. I assume he got messed up right there. I saw everything. I like his sprite is, you can tell exactly, well, if you've played the game before, you can probably tell what's going on here, but there we go. So Cloud was there, just not who we thought it was. Mom, Tifa, my town, give it back. I had so much respect for you. I admired you. Wow, he like straight up ran Sephiroth through. That's pretty impressive. And I would say more impressive because at this point, if my memory serves me correctly, at this point, Sephiroth is actually not sorry, what did I just say? Sorry. At this point, Cloud is not actually in Soldier. It seems to me, anyway, like he's just one of the normal Shinra soldiers. So it was you. Yes, and that gets answered here actually in a couple of minutes here too. So he ran Sephiroth through, just a regular dude. At that point, and again, it will get explained here in a couple of seconds, but he was not infused with Mako at this point. He was just a regular dude. And so here, though, Cloud says he was going to join Soldier, but they apparently like didn't accept him. And so then he was embarrassed, and he didn't want to go back to town, or back to Nibelheim. And there he grabbed his helmet to cover his face. so that Tifa wouldn't know the truth. So here, it sure seems like Sephiroth is directly speaking to Cloud right there. He's facing him anyway. And so I don't think, and my impression is that this is not Zack's hometown. I'm pretty sure Zack's hometown is Gongaga, if I remember that all correctly. So Sephiroth actually was addressing him, Cloud that is. But obviously Tifa didn't know that it was him, again, being that he had... They're calling it a mask. That looks... I mean, to me it looks like a mask / helmet. I guess whatever. It ends up being the same thing. You can't tell... or you can't see his face underneath, so it does the trick. But then Cloud obviously coming in, runs Sephiroth through, but Sephiroth is still alive. Sephiroth, just like you. What? I don't know what he's saying here. And I think this is Jenova's head. I think. Not 100% sure on that. It looks... like it could be a head? I don't know. Anyways, alright, so Zack says, Cloud, kill Sephiroth. With what I assume is his dying words. I think Zack dies here. I think that's what's going down. Sephiroth? Stop right there. Where did the Buster Sword go? Don't push your luck. Well, we kind of just did. So there, Sephiroth kind of runs Cloud through. Wow. Okay, so here, Cloud, I'll be honest, Cloud's a total badass. I mean, look at that. He picks the sword. It's kind of... Sephiroth runs him through. Cloud then essentially lifts Sephiroth up off the ground and throws him into whatever that is down there. And again, keep in mind, Cloud has not been infused with Mako at this point. So, you know, adrenaline, whatever, but he's a total beast. All right. So if I remember correctly, though, there is more to the story, which probably should be obvious, okay? Because at this point, you're probably saying, well, yeah, but Cloud has Mako eyes, so what's the deal with that? I guess my response to that is, I believe, and I don't know at what point it gets answered. I don't know if it's actually in this video or if it's later on, but obviously there with Cloud getting run through by Sephiroth, he was injured. And at some point, Hojo and I think other Shinra soldiers enter the Nibelheim reactor and find Cloud, and at that point, that is when Shinra, or Hojo I should say, experiments on Cloud and infuses him with Mako. So again, I'm not sure exactly when that little explanation happens, but that should hopefully answer questions as to, you know, how Cloud ended up getting infused with Mako. And I mean, at a certain point there, earlier at the Whirlwind Maze or the crater, whatever, when Hojo shows up there, you know, and Cloud's like, you know, I was just an experiment and you never gave me a tattoo. And then Hojo's like, well, yeah, you were a failed experiment. So hopefully that answers all of those questions. I would have waited to explain that as well until you know, wherever that is indeed fully explained. But I feel like being that this video was already just a huge chunk of storyline, I feel like that helps out a little bit more and keeps it all kind of condensed. Because essentially this is where, I mean, almost all of the major questions in the game are answered right here. There's definitely a couple of, I should say, most of the questions concerning Cloud and his origins, and kind of, exactly what all happened with him. Obviously, in other parts of the game, there's much more storyline dealing with the other characters. But again, this is mostly Cloud, his origins, his whole backstory, I guess I'd say. So, pretty cool twist, I would say. I really liked that they kind of went this route. The kind of the Cloud that you see, I feel like at the beginning of the game is very different from the Cloud that you see now. Obviously, at the very beginning of the game, he's this cool, calculated guy, doesn't really give a shit about anybody, but he's a total badass. And now here you understand that Cloud wasn't always a badass. He was kind of a little weakling, and but obviously he did get stronger. I mean, not a whole lot of people can say that they faced down Sephiroth and threw him into a crazy pit after being, stabbed by his blade. All the while being a normal human with no Mako. So, anyways, all right. So Cloud here says, he's sorry that he lied. He didn't tell the truth, and he does say there that his weakness, and kind of like the illusionary world that he made, kind of helped Sephiroth control him. So now his head's clear. He understands exactly what's going on. I'm still a little curious because he does still have, Jenova's cells in him. I still do wonder a little bit what kind of control Sephiroth would be able to have over him. Maybe, though, now he's completely immune to any control by Sephiroth. Now that he's really figured out exactly who he is and, is no longer in his illusionary world, as he says. But, alright, so here you speak to the, whatever this dude is. The operations guy? I guess that, yeah, we'll call him that. And stick a couple of characters in there with you. Right in the middle of the hunt for huge materia, right? Yes, we are. There's an underwater reactor at Junon. He says, as I see it, that's the only one left. That's not true. There's 2 left. I don't know why there was this confusion as to how many huge materia there were. And it wasn't like some huge revelation, that there was a 4th one. I don't know. It seems really weird. Anyways, whatever. All right. So here I'm just kind of cruising around looking at my materia. I don't really know. And I don't know why I had those 2 in my... Or why I put Vincent and Red in my party. That doesn't make much sense. I guess I wanted to equip them differently or something. But anyways, alright, so I'm going to head back here, speak with my operations guy again, and swap it up. So, that being said, at this point, this is your crew for the rest of the game. Nobody will be joining or leaving from this point on. Nobody will be dying. No one will be losing their mind. So, on top of all that, if you've already recruited Yuffie and Vincent, which I sure hope you have by now, again, just know, no one will be leaving from this point on. So, if you've got a specific party of 3 that you like to use, pick them now, stick with them, and don't worry about any funny business. So with that being said, I am going to cut the commentary here. And as always, I hope this guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.